Good morning, my friends. Trish Andreessen here. Truly helping you find the way back to your joy, your purpose, your passion, your happy when you're not sure if you know where to find it. I wanted to share a little bit about my journey this morning. So some of y'all who know me more personally know, you can see like my happy and so forth. And I was telling a friend the other day, I was like, wow, I was doing these teaching videos and I noticed that my face was all scrunched up and I looked more angry. And I realized that I was actually suffering in pain and fighting through it. Actually, I was like, I'm a warrior. I'm not going to let this, kick me in the behind. Some of my conditions. And looking back on the video, I was like, wow, I look more grumpy. And I'm like, no, where's the happy Trish? And so what I realized is I had to integrate some of my own things back into my schedule. Now, there may be times though when you're like, I don't feel like going to the mailbox or sending anything out. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips of what you can do right now. Okay. So how do we have happy? How do we incorporate happy in our life? I think number one is when you stop thinking, this is going to sound like really direct, but stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about who is it that could use a smile today. And that's number one. This morning when I made my coffee and so forth, my husband was already at his counter and I could tell he was like really intense. And he was just kind of in his own world. So, but I became intentional and was like, good morning, I love you. And I'm looking forward to date time tomorrow morning. And I just wanted to wish you a great day, right? So did I give him anything at that moment? No. But did I stop and become intentional on giving him love? Absolutely. And sometimes we take that for granted with people around us. Number two is I've got a book that I've been reading. And this is like so funny, y'all. As I've been talking to people, I have mailing addresses and I'm like, okay, I need to send them out. And I've sent a few out. Well, my hubby had these pieces of paper that had lines in them. And I was like, what am I going to do with those? Because it's going to show the line when I do my collage work. Well, my friend Lori and I were talking and we were like, you know what? We would love in a particular group to get the mailing addresses of some of the women that are going through health issues and that we could just send them a note or a card and just share love. That was like the whole purpose. Because we know if we get outside of ourselves and start thinking about spreading love, it's going to grow. So I wanted to show this to you because I made my own collage papers and you'll have to let me know if you want to learn how to do this. It's really, really fun and really easy. But anyways, this is the collage paper and it folds, right? So I was like, oh my goodness, this could be so cute. Right? Because you could write a letter on the inside, right? And say, I love you. And you don't have to necessarily do this. I'm inspiring you to look around your house and see there might be old cards laying around that could you mail one, for the cost of a stamp, And so anyways, this is cool because it has like love with all your heart and all these like little things. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to print these out. Here's another one. So a different kind of birthday, get well, thinking of you card. And they're getting like a little, just a little happy. So anyways, I have these like foldered and I'm like, oh, this is so exciting. This is like personal brochure paper that we just had laying around the house. This one I accidentally printed on the brochure paper because I was going to start working on the design of it to make it into a journal cover. And then it has the creases. So I went, okay, there are no accidents. So I'm going to fold that one up and that's going to go to somebody that they can just doodle. Okay. So, if you're like, okay, I'm not exactly sure what to send and my budget is, is tight. Um, you know, first thing is if you have a Restore near you, they a lot of times up at the front will have greeting cards that are like 25 cents, and sometimes they'll have them in bundles. And so it's just awesome. Whenever I get them, a lot of times I cut them up because I love to cut things up and make things new again. I think that's like my thing. I realize it. Like I love, painting landscapes. That's a different part of me. And probably if I sat down and started doing one, I'd be like, oh my goodness, I've lost myself, in there. But I think for this season of my life, I love ripping things up and putting them back together because I think it is a therapeutic thing of my body going, okay, my body might be broken down a little bit, but I'm going to build it back up and I'm going to make it beautiful in some way, like repurposed, replenished, refull. That's actually what's in my season right now. So if you only knew, like all these little things that are in front of me, these are going to be like little teeny cards that I can include in a small greeting card. And this is one like that's done. Isn't that pretty? And so all I did is I made my own paper, but if you don't have your own paper, I put up papers and stuff in my groups, but all you do is you cut it. I used a glue stick. You can get those at, Walmart right now, really cheap for back to school. And then these are little stickers from Hobby Lobby. And so this is just a plain playing card. And at Walmart, the Maverick brand was only 88 cents for 52 of them. So this is just really inexpensive, but just from the heart things. So just let me know in the comments if this is something you'd like to learn how to do more of, because I think these would be awesome. They can actually sit on an easel and everything. And I incorporate like little words and all that kind of things to just do that. So finding your happy today. Number one, get off self and onto another heart who might need it. If you are in a private group and you see someone hurting, you see someone struggling, one thing you can do is reach out to them in private message and just say, you really touched my heart and I want to be able to send you a card today. Another thing you can do is just pick up the phone, even messenger phone, and call them. I've done calls this week. It's hard for me to do calls to everyone, but I try to become intentional. And if it's spoken into my heart to call them on instant messenger, I do, because I want them to know that there is, someone who's thinking about them in that moment. So is there a call that you can put in today and just share with them how much they mean to you? You could make their day right there in that moment. And then number three, here's a good one. If you're running errands and you happen to go through the drive-through, an instant happy kick is to pay for the breakfast behind the person, or pay for the meal behind the person. You don't know them, but let your heart direct you, and maybe you can do something in that way. My girlfriend and I, she volunteers at hospice, and I had told her, hey, these cards could be great for hospice work, where I could make the copies and then we could just cut them on heartstock paper. And she was like, yes, that would be awesome, because we could leave that. I could leave that. So I need to call her and put that on the task list, because that's something where I may struggle in going right now, just with, having to strengthen my body. Notice how I do that. I watch my words to stay focused. However, I can partner up with her because she volunteers at hospice, and I can say, hey, you know what? I, made all these cards. The great thing is I can keep the originals and then I can just print them. Okay. I lay them on a piece of paper, I scan them, and I print them. And you can take that to the office supply store if you don't have that tool, and they'll help you do it. But then the copies can go out. And I think about, my heart is women of all ages that need to find the way back to themselves. I didn't realize that it was going to be find the way back to themselves through losing themselves along the way, doing a job and raising their kids and I knew it was going through trauma, but I also didn't realize that it was going to find the way back to you through dealing with pain, chronic pain. And because a lot of times we can have our pain become our identity, and we have to be careful. You just have to be careful with our words. So that's what I'm working through right now. And I love being able to blog this journey since June 7th. Formerly, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And then last week, diagnosed with peripheral nerve disease. Big words. And then I already knew I had like the lower neuropathy because I had had tingling and stuff in my toes since I was in my 20s, and they just kind of rolled it off. So they gave me a name for that, which could be caused by a vitamin B deficiency because I don't have diabetes and an autoimmune disease that they can at least find right now. So I say that because, doctors are always researching. I had a bad thyroid and then it went away. So I don't know. It's a journey. So did the thyroid also contribute? I'm not sure. So what I have to do is choose where my mind is going to go, And so this morning I got up and I was like, okay, I'm going to make my coffee. And then I was like, okay, who's in my environment that I can positively touch right now? And that was my husband. I give him little things all the time. And he's probably like, man, where am I going to put another piece of art on my window or on my wall? And then it made me think about coming and sharing with you because I just wanted to say hi because I'm feeling so good right now. And these are the videos that hopefully when I'm not feeling as well, I can go back and watch them and realize, Trisha, you've got this. So I'm going to do this right now. Trisha, I know, I'm talking to myself. You got this. And if you're in a little pain, just rest your body. Learn how to listen to your body and learn how to be empathetic with a heart who might be going through the same thing that you've gone through. And what can you do to share with them some love? Could it be picking up Facebook Messenger and just calling them? Is it a personal message that you can send to them? Is it something in the mail that you can send under $1 that could really give them such joy when they go to the mailbox? Instead of seeing a bill, they're seeing love. That's what makes me happy this morning. Because this is a painting that I did that's just been sitting. And I realized, oh my goodness, I want to make a professional print of this because it's all about the way back to your heart. And in one of my groups, a lady had said, I get joy from writing in my novel. Another one was like, I need to find some things that I love to do. So I just wanted to inspire you today. Love you to let me know your thoughts. And you can like my page at facebook.com/unstoppable warrior or facebook.com/go find your happy. And I have some videos and some cool things on that. So I hope you have a blessed day. If you are a woman that is battling fibromyalgia and you have not heard of our group, I would love to invite you to fibromyalgiawomenwarriors.com. That's a private group where we can share, we can support, but it is more than a support group to me. It's a group of friends. It's a group of community. It's a group of love. It's a group of acceptance. Support is great, but a lot of times when you go to a support group, it's just you go to that one meeting and you leave. And I believe that our group has transcended that because real friendships are happening, and it's just joyful. It's really joyful to watch. So hope you have a blessed day. Take care. Bye.